Welcome to your Ethereum News Roundup. Here's your latest for Monday, November 27th, 2023. Client teams plan to deactivate their Goerli testnet validators. Kyber Network recovers $4.7 million. Sealed.art launches its NFT marketplace, and the Uniswap Foundation writes a comment letter to the IRS. All this and more starts right now. Gitcoin Grants 19 is now live. If you'd like to support this podcast, please consider donating by visiting ethdaily.io/Gitcoin. Ethereum client teams agreed to deactivate their Goerli testnet validators either 3 months after Dencun is activated on Goerli or 1 month after Dencun goes live on mainnet, whichever occurs later. Initially, plans were set to end support for Goerli by the end of this year. Optimistically, the Dencun upgrade can be activated on Goerli as early as December 20th. Application developers are advised to transition their applications from Goerli to Sepolia. New testnets are generally introduced every 2 years and are designed to operate for a maximum of 5 years. In early fall, the Holski testnet was introduced, marking the first merged from Genesis proof-of-stake public testnet. This week, developers will launch a 12th devnet with the latest execution layer changes. Optimism also announced that it plans to fully decommission its OP Goerli testnet in January of 2024. Kyber Network recovered $4.67 million from bots that took $5.7 million by front-running an exploit on KyberSwap. A negotiation led to the agreement of a 10% bounty in exchange for returning 90% of the assets. Last week, an attacker executed a complex exploit on KyberSwap Elastic smart contracts, siphoning over $50 million. Liquidity providers on Elastic pools are still advised to withdraw their funds. The same 10% bounty was also extended to the main attacker in hopes of recovering 90% of the stolen funds. However, despite intentions to negotiate, the attacker has not yet returned any funds. KyberSwap's aggregator API and classic pools and farms continue to operate as usual. Sealed.art, a new NFT marketplace co-developed by DeFi Llama's 0x NGMI, is now open for all users. The marketplace features a Victory auction system where collectors place blind bids and the highest bidder wins but only pays the amount of the second highest bid. The marketplace also eliminates gas fees for placing bids. Sealed.art is tailored for artists and collectors of one-of-one pieces and aims to offer a minimal platform for discovering art. The marketplace offers a custom discovery feed that is based on what a user collects. The marketplace is now live on Ethereum mainnet and takes a 2% fee for every auction. And lastly, the Uniswap Foundation submitted a comment letter to the IRS regarding a proposed rulemaking on gross proceeds and basis reporting by brokers. The new proposal seeks to classify DeFi protocols under the same tax reporting requirements as centralized exchanges. The Uniswap Foundation emphasized that the proposed regulations are not feasible for decentralized systems. The Foundation proposes the creation of a separate regulatory framework tailored for fully decentralized exchanges. In other news, Vitalik publishes a blog post discussing techno-optimism, Flashbots introduces fast mode for its Flashbots Protect RPC, and Gravita supports WEETH. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us on Twitter at ETHDaily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethddaily.io. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.